Hey folks, and welcome to the Truck King YouTube channel. Are you looking for a one-of-one, beautifully crafted Land Rover Defender resto mod? Well, you're not going to find a better place to go than ECD Automotive down in Kissimmee, Florida. We recently had the chance to tour the ECD facility. Now that entire tour is covered in a separate video, so if you want to see how these things come together, go watch that. Right here, right now, we're going to take you on a test drive in one of these Defenders fit with the GM LS small block V8, and we're going to tell you exactly what it's like to drive.
We add things like tire pressure sensors, so people have a reading in there, auto-dimming mirror with compass direction and also temperature on side, home link for garage door opener. So what most people want, you know, for a daily driver. Parking, backup camera, of course, parking sensors as well, and we can even add blind spot assist if they wanted to.
Cool.
Can we get that AC going in there for you?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
There we go.
Wireless phone charging there too.
Yeah.
USB.
All kinds of things, and the client decides what they want to have.
Sure. So I would also assume the prices are all different, right? There's no two vehicles that have the exact same price just because it depends on what you want, right?
Yeah, we start you off with a basic spec per se, and we have two models, like the custom and a signature.
Yeah.
The signature has more bells and whistles, and some folks that don't want to go through all the selection process per se, they say, I want that black and black.
Got it.
If they want to go more through the process and more a la carte, they usually go with the custom and add a few things SCC as they go. Now, some people might start saying, I just want to keep it simple, and then they'll going crazy. You know, so we've got folks that start in the contract with $220,000 and land at $350,000.
Got it, once it's all done.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a little punch in there so you guys can feel a little run. LT1, 455 horsepower, 450 pounds of torque. To me, it's more than enough.
Yeah.
Some people want to go with a crazy LT4, 650.
Yeah.
It's a little insane, but what do I know? Everybody's got their own priorities in life, and if they want to have bragging rights, etc., they can do it all day long. Pedals take
I'm getting used to the pedal spacing. Yeah, the pedal spacing.
Because they're close together.
Yeah.
The typical European design, you know, everything is tighter and snugger.
Sure.
So you notice these cars are rather narrow but long. The cool thing is that you have full visibility. When you're sitting out here, you see everything around you very clearly.
Yeah.
We do have the ability to shape the seat boxes, and I believe that's what we did on this one, about an inch.
Bring it down.
So, exactly, depending on the client's, build, frame, etc., we recommend certain seats. And maybe if you don't want to have a higher sitting position, we get something with a lower cushion and something that you can extend back. Steering wheel the same way, because these are fixed columns. But we can play with the design of the wheel, where if you want something that propels a little bit more, that is more comfortable for you, we can do something like that and get a Nordy wheel that has more of a deep dish type of setup. Wow. So we'll come solve to you. We're gonna make a ride on this one. So,
So yeah, even down to how big you are as a driver, you can get it customized, right?
We had a backliner from the Jacksonville Jaguars, football player. The guy's 6'7", 320 pounds, I think, and he's the smallest of his brothers. So the truck is his, but he's like, I want to make sure my brother can drive me in this thing, and I'm going to go in the back. So we have to do some major adjustments to the seat boxes and everything else.
So do you know what year this Defender is?
I think it was an 89.
It's an 89,
I believe so, yeah. Most of the trucks that we get are anywhere from 87 to 95.
Okay,
depending on what is available. Now there are clients that are particular because either they were born in or they graduated from school in a certain year and they ask if we could source one, and we've done it a couple of times. But it's truly what our guys in the UK are able to find. to stay on schedule as well.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, this is not as easy as I need a new one, so build it for me.
Yeah, right.
Not been in a 1989 Defender, but I can tell you that I'm sure this doesn't feel like that would feel. Like it does. It feels like a new car.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just well screwed together. Nothing's rattling in here like you'd expect out of an '89. None of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's got that modern feel to it, right? But the old soul.
Exactly right. This one
kind of heavy. It's got that kind of big, sort of heavy feeling to it too. I don't know what it weighs, but it just, and that's not a bad thing. It just got that plant feel, you know.
Yeah, you're close to around 5,000 pounds.
Sure.
And
it's still a little trucky in so much that like the steering's a little loose.
Yeah.
It's still a little wobbly. It's a Defender, right?
Right.
You can only do so much to change that stuff. But again, I think that's probably what people are looking for, right?
Yeah.
You don't want it to be super tuned and tight, right?
Yeah, I mean, if your goal is to get
that balance is hard.
If you want to have a car that it just rides like a cloud and there's no connection, it's just like transportation. This is not the car for you.
Yeah.
This is if you want to feel the road a little bit. If you want to feel like you're driving something completely different, this is probably your tool.
All right, Dad's turn to drive. Watch that pedal spacing. They're real close together, man. Take a second to get used to it. It's weird. Oh yeah, it's pretty comfortable.
Yeah. All in all, it is quite nice. However, it is still just like you said. You know what? I call this? This is an analog driving experience. This is what it feels like in the '80s when you were driving a truck.
Right.
Yeah. You're connected to the road.
Yeah.
You got the top. This is a tall vehicle too, so you got the little bit of tall sway here going on, and the inputs. But on the other hand, it's a visceral effect. It's like so many vehicles today have taken the driving out of the driver's hands, and then we all applaud them and go, "Oh, isn't this wonderful?" But the reality is that I want to drive.
Yeah.
I want it to be all me.
Yeah.
And so I love this.
Fun.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
Like I grew up, what did I know about Land Rovers? Every Sunday at 5 o'clock there was a show on called Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. And so it was Marlon Perkins, and he was always in Africa, and they had the Land Rovers.
Yeah.
Remember the Land Rovers with the black and white stripes made them look like zebras?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, those are the images that are still in my brain.
Right.
So, and when you saw a Land Rover in Africa, you thought to yourself, particularly as a kid, you're like, well, that has to be the toughest truck in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
If they can drive it around in Africa, right? Not knowing any better.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing, like every Tarzan movie, any other thing, like that. And of course, when they did Camel Trophy for years.
Yeah. That was
that really cemented that image of,
rugged.
It's not comfortable, it ain't pretty, but damn, it's tough.
It's tough, exactly.
And that rugged reputation combined with the utilitarian styling are the two reasons we believe people keep coming back to Land Rovers year after year. Now, at the end of our test drive, I think my dad summed up these ECD Automotive Defenders pretty well.
No, you gotta love the Land Rover.
Yeah.
You gotta be in love with this design and the fact that it's a Land Rover. It's gotta tug at your heart for some reason. Because if I gotta spend that kind of money, I don't know. I think I'd build up a different kind of vehicle, but that's just me.
And I agree, if the Defender is your dream vehicle, well then you're not going to find a nicer one anywhere outside of ECD Automotive. Well folks, that's the end of this one, so please go in the comments, let us know what you think of these Defenders. As always, while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit join to become a member, and then come right back here to Truck King to see what we're testing next. See ya.